Kia ora. My name is Suda, or the Studio on Discord. Today we're going to be talking about the AIFA All-Stars. Before we get into that, I'd highly recommend watching part 1 of this video series on brains if you would like to catch up on the information that I've put out so far, and it will also give you lots of context in regards to what we're going to be talking about in this video. And full disclosure, between part 1 and part 2 of this video, I've actually been hired by Altered State Machine, which is a bit of a dream come true and amazing, and I'm super happy about it. But also, as I said in part 1, it doesn't matter if I'm biased or not. I'm just excited to bring you guys this information, and I hope you learn something that helps you choose an all-star that's right for you. This video will be done in 3 parts. First will be me just talking about the all-stars themselves, about their families and accessories and hobbies, etc. And the second part will just be going through OpenSea filters to help you choose an all-star. If you have something in mind or an idea on how to configure an all-star, we can get you most of the way there so you can then nail the exact look that you're going for. And the last part is just going to be a community catch-up that we did in December last year, where we'll just be going through the configurator and showing you different options on how to set up your all-stars within the AIFA website on the dashboard. And believe me, you're going to want to stick around for that. So what are the all-stars? Well, they're the form part of the ML agent. So we have a form, brain, plus memories, which make up an ML agent, and the all-stars are the form. Some key points to remember about the all-stars is that they do not affect the gameplay of the AIFA football. The brains will be in complete control of what decisions will be made or what actions will be taken, but the forms will be what we see executing those actions in the game environment, in this case AIFA football. AIFA is the first use case that we get to see our all-stars perform in. And AIFA is also meant to be as a use case example for all of the metaverse, so we can see characters from different worlds play alongside our all-stars. And for this reason, the forms didn't have any bearing on how the game is played, because other NFTs may not have such exploits to make use of inside the game. But that does not mean that games that come later on or use cases etc. won't be able to exploit the all-star forms itself, or in fact some of the accessories that the all-stars come with. But within AIFA itself, there will be leagues within families such as the assimilated versus zombies, etc. I will go through all the families, primes, bosses, etc. very shortly. Although the all-stars may not affect gameplay in AIFA, the accessories might come out during winning animations, etc. I'm not too sure yet, but just think about other games in the future for a second. Any RPG game relies heavily on accessories and hidden paths and hidden areas, etc. that you can access if you had gone to a certain part of the game and retrieved a certain item. For example, the superheroines come with an accessory called the short sword, and you may have picked a different accessory, or you may not have a superheroine at all. But let's say it's a metaverse RPG style game where there's levels all over the place. Maybe there are secret areas that certain players can go to by interacting with a secret door or something with a certain accessory, or access to farmable areas, or trading in AI farming games, or exploits for characters in other ways, such as the roller characters have more speed in the game, or the summoner or Zen Master characters get to fly around, or maybe a plunger gets to be used as a grappling hook, or maybe even puzzle exploits. Maybe there's a level where there's just a big light coming in down from the ceiling, and every character that goes in there might not do anything, but as soon as a chromatic character goes in there, it might light up the whole level, and maybe it's a map of some sort that shows you where to go on the walls, but you only get to see that if you're a chromatic. So the possibilities are endless. You can exploit the all-stars however you want, as long as you develop that into your use case or game.
Incoming transmission.
Hello, this is Suda from the future. I just had to come back and edit this bit into the video because David decided to drop some alpha while I was making this.
Oh, actually, this might be alpha here. In addition to that, we will be doing airdrop for all stars.
Alright, hi, I'm down here now. I'll just show you guys how to get to the graphics. Feel free to check out this stuff. So if you keep scrolling up, you'll come to this picture, which is the accessories and hobbies. So this will tell you all the different families and their accessories, and all the different hobbies and their accessories. And if you want to just click up here in the pinned messages, you can get the poster that I've been referring to, the one that's behind me. So yeah, I just thought I'd quickly mention that. I'm just going to explain the All-Stars for now. So how they work is there are some primes, which are basically the original designs of the All-Stars, and then so the primes are these ones in the outer ring here, and then there's a couple mutations of those originals, which are the assimilated and the zombies. Now, all these originals also correlate to these bosses. So bosses are versions of these original characters, but also mixed in with some pop culture, etc. And then we have these cool girls, the superheroines. So they're just another family. So we have 4 families altogether. We have the originals on the outer ring, the assimilated, the zombies, and also the superheroines. So these designs here are all what we call immutable. So these are the original designs, the complete designs rather, and basically that means these designs, if you're lucky enough to find them in your box, are not changeable in any way, as in they're perfect already. But as you can tell, this doesn't really equal 10,000. So the wonderful thing that ASM did was allow these characters to be broken down into eyes, arms, legs, toppers, and accessories, each one changing the character slightly. But if you got some original characters or zombies or any of the other families which are not primes or bosses, then you get to do some configuration. So if you got a character that was mostly green ivy, except for say the legs and the eyes, you can't just make the configuration change of eyes and legs to get back to a green ivy, because that would make it a prime. The important thing to remember is each of these characters are going to be unique, because there's such a massive combination of items that can be switched up. And I'd talked about accessories in the intro of this video, and accessories are just another cool customization option. Different families have different hobbies, and also there are some rare hobby traits which give you access to even cooler accessories, like some of these ones below. To further enhance the rarity and customization options, there is a morph attribute, which if your character comes with, you also get to make a third change. So I'm not sure if I mentioned this already, but I should have. So there's customization that gives you access to 2 changes from what character you got randomly given, and morph gives you a third option. Morph is my favorite because it gives you so much more leeway on what you want to create. So if you had a certain look in mind and you had 3 characters that were similar, the best option is to go searching for a morph genesis trait on OpenSea, and then you can get closer to the body shape. So you could find yourself in a situation where you want to change arms, legs, and eyes, and find a morph that has the body shape that you want already, and then that gives you access to 3 changes. You don't have to change the body, it's just one of the changes that you're allowed to do with a morph. And then there's these cool guys, chromatic, which is yet another rarity trait, which just makes your whole all-star into certain chromatic colors: silver, gold, ASM purple, fabulous, and holographic. Okay, next we'll just go to OpenSea, and I'll quickly show you how to look up all-stars so you get close to a design that you want. So here we have the OpenSea collection for the all-stars. Just make sure it's that link. For safety purposes, I'd always recommend going to the Discord and following the official links channel. So these are the all-stars. God, they look cute. Look at them. Sorry. So anyway, I'll just go through a couple examples of things you might be looking for. Say you're looking for a chromatic. The best way to start would be in color. And then if you scroll all the way down, you'll be able to see the rare holographic colors. So say you wanted to buy a fabulous, you can. Oh, here's a special one. I'll talk about that in a second. The most important filter on OpenSea is this Genesis one. And this gives you access to all the different types of all-stars. Say if you wanted to buy a boss, this is where you'd come. Oh my gosh, that's the cheapest one is 39.5 ETH, and the next one up from there is 165. Yeah, we're definitely going to make it. And then I'll just show you some primes as well. Primes a lower floor, but they're still very rare. And I just want to say all these different attributes are always going to be considered, plus user behavior. What do I mean by that? So we have the Asto airdrop coming up for All Stars, and I don't know if rarity will play a role in how much Asto you get, but let's assume there won't be an extra Asto for rarity. But that's literally the first drop. I just mean in terms of the future. Even if you don't get extra Asto for your super cool All-Star, it's been said many times that Genesis characters will be rewarded throughout the ASM journey. So down the line, bosses and primes may be rewarded with assets. Maybe chromatic all-stars get a airdrop of a football NFT that's just a chromatic ball or something. I'm just making stuff up, but you know what I mean. Plus we know Genesis All-Stars can breed to make new ones. So having a lot of less rare All-Stars can also pay off in the future because you'll be breeding more of the All-Stars. Sorry, went off on a bit of a tangent there, but I'll just explain this all quickly. So alterable means any all-star that can be configured. It doesn't take into account any of their rare traits or anything. It's just if it can be configured, it's alterable. And alterable is designated to originals and superheroines. While on the topic, I thought I'd just share a little tip. When you're cruising OpenSea and looking for configurable all-stars, it might be good to just refresh the metadata, and what that does is just give you the most recent information that OpenSea has on that all-star. Sometimes OpenSea doesn't refresh by itself, and when someone configures an all-star, it may not show up as such on OpenSea, so just keep that in mind. For the other families, mutable is the one we want. So mutant sort of refers to assimilated and zombies. So if you want to get an assimilated all-star or a zombie all-star and you want it to be configurable, say you have a team that looks kind of like that but you don't want the octopus arms, you can buy this one and change the octopus arms to something that more fits your team. Let's just go to Morph alterable. So Morph alterable is what I was talking about, the morph trait before, which allows 3 changes. So now we've got chromatic alterable, which just means it hasn't been configured yet and it has a chromatic trait. So a lot of silvers here, quite a cheap goldie, and then the golds come up. There's one holographic here. You can tell the difference between silver and holographic. And then there's some fabulouses, some ASM purples, and more holographics. Well, these guys look very cool. So these are chromatic ones that have a couple changes left you can do. And then same again for morph mutable. So mutable refers to the assimilated and zombies. And again, these are assimilated and zombies that can be changed up a little bit. So they still have configuration left to do. So now let's move to one of the altered ones. So altered refers to originals or superheroines that have been configured. So you can't really change anything on this all-star. That's, if you want to buy that, you buy it and that's how it will be. I mean, you can think of it as if someone's already made a character that looks perfect for you, say you really like the look of that, you're actually kind of saving money because you don't have to configure. Configuration costs a little bit of a gas fee. Like we said before, alterable chromatic refers to chromatic all-stars that have a couple changes. And morph is just the morph added to that. So they have 3 changes now. One of the changes can be a body change. So if you want any of these bodies, you can change that if you have the chromatic morph alterable. Similarly, there's chromatic mutable. These guys look very, very scary. Even the fabulous ones I'm scared of. But basically these are mutant traits that have the chromatic trait too. So the assimilated get an extra perk over the zombies where they can be chromatic and assimilated. And zombies don't have this trait, basically because zombies are always green. So if you like the look of this zombie, you can either just buy this one or look for a mutable zombie that's very similar to this and you can make some changes. So morph altered refer to all stars that have been configured already. So this morph trait actually won't help you change anything, but it is a trait that is baked into your all-star. What that means is that even though this all-star is configured, you still have the morph altered trait in your all-star. So when breeding comes, maybe you can breed a baby all-star with this trait, and then you can change the baby's body. And similarly, chromatic altered is chromatic all-stars that can't be changed anymore, and chromatic morph mutable refers to assimilated all-stars that have the chromatic trait but haven't been configured yet. Similarly, morph mutant refers to all-stars that are either zombies or assimilated that have been configured. And chromatic morph altered refers to all-stars that have had the chromatic and morph trait and now are configured. And same with chromatic mutant, which refers to assimilated chromatic all-stars that have been configured. Now let's get to primes and bosses, because that's pretty exciting. So from when we were looking at the poster, these are the original designs. So this is how they all looked in the inception, and every sort of design has stemmed from these guys. And then there's bosses, just the all-star designs, but with a little bit of real life pop culture mixed in there. Oh my gosh, look at this. These are the ones that are revealed so far. So we're looking at around 49 bosses, plus 2 bosses that came from the glitch box. And we're looking at around 57 original primes, plus 11 superheroine primes, and 2 primes that came with the glitch box, totaling 51 bosses altogether and 70 primes altogether. And bosses and primes are usually reserved for ultra boxes, and mythics also should get some, and I think rare boxes have already got a couple, so I'm not sure if they're going to get any more. So if you want to just search purely by accessory, you can come here. So if you want to find the plunger, just start typing it, and you can just pick one of these, or you can do some research with the hobby and accessories picture I showed you how to get. You'll know that most of these accessories belong to a certain hobby. For instance, Adventurer is the one that comes with a magic plunger. So if you buy a All-Star with a Adventurer trait, plus it's, let's say, alterable, you can buy a plunger All-Star. So now that you have Adventurer hobby, plus it's changeable, you can change the accessories of this All-Star to a plunger because it's configurable. So there's lots of quirks on how to actually get the player you want. If you're worried or anything like that, just shout out in the Discord, and one of the wonderful community members will help you hone in on how to get what you want. Now we'll switch over to some configuration examples with my friends from the community. This was a catch-up we did on December 15th of last year, so we all look a bit festive, and you're gonna really want to watch this one. I'm just saying.
Well, I want to be respectful of everyone's time, but Suda, I know that you're working on something really cool. As always, do you want to share what's going on there? It sounds like you've got a morph that needs some design assistance. Is that right?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Okay, how do I share screen again?
So
Sure.
we're looking at AIFA ALLSTAR number 10309. It looks like an original morph. So what's going on here?
So this guy, like, morphs are the worst for indecisive people, but they're also my favorite trait, because it could fill up your team. You could have 3 that are similar, and you're looking all over OpenSea, and there's nothing that even comes close, because you have to change your arms and body and eyes or something, and then a morph is for you. Like, these are basically my favorite trait. I don't know, maybe if I got a boss or prime, I'd change my mind in my wallet. But I thought I'd get some aid on design for this guy from you guys, and it'll also be a way to show people the different types of bodies and how they look in case they don't have a morph in their wallet. And also just lets you guys play around with configuration. And also, dun dun,
Drum roll.
I'm going to be giving it away.
What?
Oh, amazing.
What?
How
Yeah.
generous.
To one of us, right?
We're going to have
the
a
one who
play.
gives the best design.
How can people get in the draw to
Yeah,
get this?
tell us more.
Okay, so same thing what we're doing, basically. So you're all going to have a go, and that'll count as your entries. And people can just leave a comment on the YouTube video on how they would configure this guy with what traits. But people may not know all the traits, so I'll kind of try and show every body. So all you have to really tell me is what body shape you would choose for this character in the YouTube comments, and I'll pick one comment and I'll transfer this guy to you on, I don't know, I'll have to pick by random. There must be some app that lets me look at all the YouTube comments and picks one, I think.
Yeah,
and if
surely.
that comment matches up to a configuration, it's yours.
Brilliant.
Very cool.
Or maybe leave your Discord name. I don't know. See, I haven't thought about this.
You'll find a way. Whoever wins, you'll be able to contact them, won't you?
Yeah. Leave your Discord name. Leave your favorite body type. I'll get in touch with you. Thank you. Okay. Who
So
wants to go first?
when you look at this, Suda, do you start by thinking what doesn't need changing? Because obviously you've got 2 colors to change. You've got body, eyes, topper, legs, arms, and the accessory obviously is a kind of free change. That's easy.
Yeah.
But do you think, I love the topper and the eyes and and the color, or how do you go about configuration?
Sorry, my computer's screaming right now. This is hard, man. I'm indecisive. The only thing I haven't configured is my morphs, basically. This morph, and this summoner, which I can't figure out what kind of eyes I want to give them. But yeah, I'm stumped. I don't know, to be honest. My original plan was to have a ghost team. Okay, I'll have a go first. Yeah, this is exactly what I was going to make it as for myself. This, that, and doesn't he that's like an angel team ghost if you've ever seen one. Clouds for a head.
Oh yeah.
So that was going to be my choice, but then I got a zombie given to me, which is why I'm paying it forward by giving this away.
That's so great. That's very Minnesotan of you.
So yeah, who wants to go first?
So my reaction, Phil, is I do exactly what you described, where I'm like, what doesn't need changing? And the first thing that struck me about what we're looking at here, and maybe Suda, if you could just hover over what's already
I'll do
comes
the
out of the
bodies,
box.
'cause
Yeah,
everything's
so what we're looking at is a blue, is it a honeypot body that it came with?
Yep, honeypot is the original, so 0 changes.
Yep. And then what are the eyes?
So the eyes are originally blob beast.
Blob beast with what type of topper is it? And I suppose if you go back,
blob beast.
If you go back to dashboard and click on view form, this is probably easier. So just for those that are listening, we're looking at this all-star. Again, it's an original morph. It's got octopus arms, blob beast eyes, honeypot body, azure color, the bubbles accessory, gray accent color, oculus legs, and a blob beast topper. So it's leaning very blob beasty to me. If you go back to configure Suda, if you could, the thing that strikes me just right off the bat is that this is like almost a perfect like bubble bath themed all-star. You've got the rubber ducky, you've got the octopus tentacles, it's standing on a bubble, and it's got like suds in its hair, and then the eyes are also more bubbles. So that's like, I may not even touch it, but I would see what I could do to tweak that bubble bath theme to the extreme and just go all in, just lean in on the bubble bath. So what is the I wish I knew the name of it. It's like the one that has the glass dome over it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go through the bodies.
Yeah.
So player 1.
Also great.
Nice, round,
more bubbly.
Player 2, square head. Or player 2 changes the eyes as well, because blob beast eyes don't work with
not compatible
body type.
Oh, so does that mean is that a little trick where you get a free change?
No, it's done too.
No, it's counted here.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn you, team.
Not a glitch.
Not a glitch.
No.
And then we have Big Eye, who does work with 3 eyes. Look at that. That looks crazy.
It does.
Crab Guy. So this guy's cool. He's got little like spikes all over him.
Yep.
Or her. I don't know what this is.
It's looking more like a bath toy to me. I really like that one.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that works. Bubbles with bubbles. His head's like bubbles. That's cute. Okay, Odd Frog. Not too much change here. But because these are both like whatever that shape is.
Yeah.
Rugby ball shaped. Oh wow.
It's pretty smooth looking.
I feel I need a Daft Punk guy.
And so what body is that again?
That is Game Bear.
Game Bear.
And then we're going to green ivy. Oh, that's a cool shape with the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
See, that to me,
That looks like a toy too.
yeah, that's, I would, and then I'd have to come up with a real clever name for this guy. But this would be my vote for configuration.
Look at the tiny legs.
I know, I love it. Just bubbles everywhere.
Okay, so you've got 2 changes here. What would your third be? If this
You can
is your
change the
body
eyes
type.
again to something different, I think, as well.
Yeah, can we see the eyes, please?
Sure. Oh, look, these are only a few that are compatible with Cryptonaut.
That's good. What are the ones all the way on the right called? Yeah, snappy
Snappy?
eyes.
Oh, wow.
Done.
I love that.
I want
Oh, that's
that.
like his ears and the together.
Yeah.
Really
You've
good.
got one more change if you want.
I don't know if I'd
Oh, one
take
more
it.
change.
I might look at a different color. What, just for giggles here, what if you go to all white?
I like some of the all white ones do look cool.
Yeah. Well, it's hard. So my challenge is with the rendering, they've kind of stripped away like what the final
Yeah.
finish looks like. So that's tough for me.
Yeah.
But
So my white one, so here's Eminem.
nice.
So that's the kind of rendering look you get from white, I think.
Yeah, really nice.
And within the game. So if I was to configure him, he's a gourmet Eminem. He can probably serve mother's spaghetti at the stands, but we don't have that accessory. So, probably just a donut.
That's great.
But
Love
that's
it.
all really. See, I don't need to make changes to Eminem. He's
I agree.
sweet as it is.
Hey,
Looks grumpy.
He does.
He's going to
Yes.
come wrap you.
He wants.
into
He
oblivion if
hasn't
you
got
don't.
his spaghetti. His order of spaghetti hasn't arrived yet, so he's really.
Yeah.
grumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never want to see him go because he'll just rap to celebrate. Okay, so we were at Cryptonaut, White, Snappy.
Yeah.
Is that the Tanuki Ranch?
That's the
Bath toy.
Tanuki Ranch selection,
That's
I think.
Tanuki toy, TM.
Tanuki toy.
Yep.
That's
Shipping.
Tanuki
that
bath toy.
Shipping soon.
Yeah.
beautiful.
Pre-orders now being taken.
Okay, let's just
So what
keep
would you
going
do,
through
Stacey, if you were going through your how would you configure it?
Shall we keep
we'll
going
just
through
let-
the bodies
Yeah,
and
just
then
let Suda go through the body shapes, and I'll tell you when to stop.
one will hit you.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, I'll reset this back to what it was. Okay, we were at Cryptonaut. Now we're checking out Love Ghost.
The ghosts are cool.
That's cool.
They are very cool. And Snappy. Oh, he's got like a high top. That looks like a cool hairstyle.
Yeah.
And then we've got Octopus. That just works because the arms. Come on, look at that.
Yeah.
Maybe with different eyes. And Quadrobot. Meta Captain. Blob Beast. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's awesome. Miss Meow. Oh wow. So that doesn't work with those 3 eyes again. We've got another body shape. Oh, this body shape only can't work with 3 eyes. It works with everything else. So that must have been like one of the glitches they found.
Mm.
Let's go back to Occultist. Not too much difference between player 1 and Occultist. But again, could be size. Oh, Zen Master.
Right.
This guy's so good.
This is one of the more popular body types from what I've seen.
And these little things on his head, like, is like another aesthetic aspect. If you have like a pair of eyes that like work with it, then those
That's
are.
cool.
I mean, Zen just works the best.
Oh, that's
of
cool.
course. But yeah, so let's just keep going. That was Zen Master. Winter Queen.
That looks like an octopus.
It does.
Yeah, that does. You're right. And then Honeypot, which was what it came with. So those are the options for bodies, for anyone that wants to leave a YouTube comment and for you guys.
I'm going to go Zen for my pick for body.
Nice.
And then can we go for eyes? Can you show me big eye? Yeah, I like big eye.
That's cool.
That's good.
And then can we change primary color to like the orange or the bright yellow?
Dark orange or light orange?
Dark orange.
Try both. Oh, that looks like
Oh,
gold.
no.
That's cool.
No, maybe
Look
pink.
at that.
Can we see pink? Can we see pink?
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'd
Well,
go with pink.
That's cool. So is that 3 changes? Yeah, that's 3 changes.
Yeah. Can you see what it looks like with angel wings? Nah, that's
What a
ridiculous.
creature. This is amazing.
I'd give him the fishbowl, to be honest. I like doing the underwater ones with the fishbowl.
Frankie Fish. Oh, it
Frankie
doesn't work
Fish.
with fully white.
No, it
But-
does. It just doesn't
will,
render
just
while you're
render.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
that's really
I like
cool.
that. I like that. See, that's a complete change, even though the arms are the same. or
Right.
The legs are the same. That's
Very cool.
unrecognizable.
And the topper. It's funny how we're all leaving the topper and the. I love the octopus arms.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Awesome. All right. We've got Tanuki's toy. Oh, what accessory did you want?
I kept the rubber ducky.
Ah,
Yeah.
Bubbles, that's right.
That was kind of the source of my inspiration, along with the
Yeah.
soap sud topper.
So you both left the arms and legs. Mm.
Yeah.
And here. Okay. And then we had Zen Master,
Big
the
eye.
guy. And
In
what else
pink.
did we change?
Pink.
Pink
Pink. And
fishbowl.
fishy. Awesome. All right, Phil, your turn.
I'll make it quick, but I think I would go. I'm not. Weirdly, I'd say I'm not a fan of the Oculus legs, but the
I can
occultist,
understand
sorry,
that.
is it? Yeah, but I saw someone who did a whole team, and I was like, oh, I got real FOMO, thinking, oh, I like those, and then I checked out that to make sure I had some. So I said that, but I think in the fully rendered, they actually look really cool. But because it's got so much blob beast, I'd like to just try what the blob beast body and legs are like.
I think there's a gang for this as well, like people who just do the maximum of the frame that they're given and run with it.
I sort of, as you started talking about, because I love the hair, I wouldn't change the hair. I think the legs I would change.
So shall we go blob beast body?
Yeah.
Shall we try that? Look at that.
And then
Oh,
blob beast legs.
legs. What are they? I can't even remember.
Blob beast.
Yeah. They're really cool.
Blob beast legs. Anyway, did you want to change the legs?
And then
Phil?
what about arms? What are blob beast arms?
Blob beast arms. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like him. I think I'll
That's-
go full blob.
That is pretty close to a blob.
Yeah.
What are we
So what's
missing
not-
here?
What's not
This
blob
won't
beast?
lock, I think. Is this everything blob beast? You can't do that. So there's the catch.
Mm.
If I try to lock this configuration, let's try.
Well, isn't that just because we've done the 3 changes, it won't let you do any other changes? I think it will.
No, it's because
No.
we've made a full blob beast, which you
Made a
can't do
prime.
because those are primes.
But everything isn't blob beast, is it?
Is it? No.
What is the topper?
Body blob beast, eyes blob beast.
But it's not. Isn't blob beast a particular color?
No, it's the body shape.
You mean the prime blob beast? I think, yeah, it will be a different color, but I'm
Oh
pretty
yeah,
sure
the
it's
prime
not
blob beast will
making
look like a cool ass prime, right? But it has these attributes for the body, eyes, blah blah blah. So those are the things that the configurator doesn't let you change. So if I was to press lock configuration, I think there will be like a pop-up. All parts of the character cannot be equal because
There we
those are
go.
only reserved for primes.
I think they were
Okay, so
calling
when I-
themselves like 80%.
But this is
gas.
actually really cool because the Morph 3 trait changes gave us the ability to at least go that far. Usually you don't
Yeah,
get to.
so I think what I would probably keep the octopus arms then and change the color. That's easy. Because I do like the octopus arms. I was just wondering how blob beastie I can make.
Yeah.
It works with Blob Beast as well.
So try dark orange. Oh, I
Cute.
like that. Try white.
So the accent color is the topper, I think. So the
Yeah.
topper must be like a base color.
Try white on the primary, just see what that's like.
Oh,
Oh, see, yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
And then
That's like
let's choose let's choose.
okay, so
I
we
quite
just
like
go to the
look of
original axis. Flan.
Flan. Yeah, that's it, Flan. That's his buddy Flan.
Oh, look
Easy
at that.
choice.
3 eyes, 3 eyes.
Three
That's
eyes,
too
three
great.
eyes. Yeah.
That's really cool.
And they
There
say
you go.
people don't look like
That's
their
my
pets.
Get this YouTube video out so I can make my comment and get drawn as the winner
Yeah.
of my
That's a good one.
Yeah.
blub-eyed
Yeah,
Flan
definitely.
friend.
Yeah.
And with that,
Make sure to leave a comment on your favorite body type.
yeah, very,
But
Thank you
this
very
is so
much,
good.
that's
So we've
awesome.
had 3
It's very kind of
completely,
you as well.
even though everyone kept their arms, you wouldn't say the 3 characters you guys designed were anything alike, you know? They're
Right.
so cool and so different,
yeah.
especially compared to the original.
I forgot what the original looked like. Yeah, it's a really good exercise. And such a generous giveaway. So Suda, that's awesome. Everyone keep an eye out for that. I think we're at a good stopping point for this particular brainstorm. So appreciate everyone's perspective. Well, until we meet in the Discord, take care, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
later.
See you later.
All right,
Cheers.
see ya.
Yeah.